Hi friends, I'm back today with another video, and today I thought I would do something a little bit different. I decided that because I so value the opinions of my fellow booktubers out there, that I would do a library haul of 4 books that I have recently been really attracted to based on other booktubers' reviews or recommendations, whether it be a book haul or a book review or a monthly wrap-up. Those are usually where I get ideas from for my future reading. I do really appreciate all the regular and irregular booktubers out there. Whatever you're doing on your channel, I think is great. And I really value your opinions as readers. In fact, I think they're every bit as valid as any big-time book critic out there that's working for a hoity-toity newspaper or something like that. So yeah, I get about 90% of my book recommendations or what I read from BookTube. So I thought, hey, I'll just get some books that I've been wanting to read that were recommended by some of you. I'll also link the channels of the people that I'm going to mention here today. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, when I first went to the library, I had some books on hold, and I thought to myself, okay, this is a good chance for me to give a second chance to a well-read author on BookTube that I didn't have a good experience with the first time I read one of her books. I'm talking about Emily Henry. So I didn't intend to pick up an Emily Henry book, but I thought, okay, I'll give her another chance. The only other book I've read of hers before was Book Lovers, and I did not like it. I gave it 1 star and on Goodreads, and I wrote a little not really flattering review, I guess, but I thought, you know what? And I probably should have just DNF'd that book instead of pushing through and not enjoying it. But I thought, okay, well, she's so popular and widely read on BookTube. I'm going to give her another chance because a lot of people whose opinions that I really value really love her. So I thought I'll pick up whatever they have of hers. And they happen to have Funny Story. This book we're following, and I started reading it. I'm about 68 pages in, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So I am glad I gave her another chance. But we're following Daphne, who has recently been jilted by her fiance a month before they're supposed to get married. He, after his bachelor party, comes and tells her that he's actually in love with his best friend, this woman he's known his entire life. The woman, Petra, she also dumps her boyfriend, and the boyfriend, Miles, and Daphne, who was jilted, end up moving in together because that's just the circumstance they found themselves in. And so they're both trying to kind of get over their breakups at the same time and just trying to mend their broken hearts, and they're getting to be quite good friends. So I can't wait to see where this one goes, and I'm glad I decided to pick up another Emily Henry book because she's super popular, like I said. The next books I want to mention are specific books that I saw on booktuber channels. The first of which is called Ghost Wall by Sarah Moss. I got this idea to read this book from Frankie, from Frankie's Shelf. And in this book, we are following a mother and father in England and their daughter Sylvie. The father is obsessed with taking his family to this camp, this outdoor kind of a retreat where they reenact what it was like to live in the Iron Age. So they're sleeping in sacks outdoors in tents. They're, foraging for food from roots and shrubs and plants and trying to just kind of survive the same way their ancestors did. Sylvie is not really interested. She's not having a good time, but her father, who is very controlling, very manipulative, is making them stay there at this place, even though they're not having a good time. So that's kind of the gist of it. It's also a place where anthropology students go to learn about the Iron Age, and the Ghost Wall, as is the title of this book, is when they used to make fences out of wooden stakes with a human skull on the top of it. That's how they would build like what was called a ghost wall, apparently. So yeah, sounds really interesting. It's supposed to be a story about obsession and manipulation. And apparently, the more you read into this book, the more this family spirals and things kind of go out of control. So I can't wait to see what happens. I've read a couple pages and it sounds like it'll be really interesting. So thank you, Frankie, from Frankie's Shelf, for the high praise of this book, and I can't wait to read it. The next recommendation I got was from Isabel at Isabel Reads, and I'm talking about the book Brat by Gabriel Smith. This book, I'll just check out the synopsis here. We meet our ill-tempered protagonist, the story's titular Brat, at a low moment, but not yet at rock bottom. The Gabriel of the novel is mourning the death of his father, as well as a recent breakup, and struggling to finish writing his second book. Alone and aimless, he agrees to move back into his parents' house to clear it out for sale. Here the cliches end. Gabriel has trouble delivering on his promises. As the moldy, overgrown house deteriorates around him, so does his own health, and large sheets of his skin begin to peel from his body at a terrifying rate. Gabriel, in Fragments and Figments, Gabriel takes us on a surreal journey into the mysteries of the family home, where he finds unfinished manuscripts written by his parents that seem to mutate every time he picks them up, and a bizarre home video that hints at long-buried secrets. So as soon as I heard Isabel talking about this on her channel, I thought, yeah, this sounds like something that is right up my alley. It's got the weirdness, it's got the creepy factor, it's got the kind of surreal, sci-fi-ish moments here. According to the synopsis, it sounds like it'll be really interesting. I love a strange family with buried secrets. That appeals to me. So I was really happy to pick this one up for my library. Looking forward to reading this too. And love the cover. There's a little deer on the cover. And just that kind of blue on the black, I just think it's really striking. So yeah, Brat by Gabriel Smith. Thank you, Isabel. The next one that I wanted to read, as soon as I saw her mention it, she did a little short on her channel. And this, I'm talking about Suey. And the book she mentioned is The Passengers by John Mars. Now, Suey's Book Banter is her channel. This book follows a bunch of people. It's in a futuristic world where self-driving cars are really coming into the world, and it's in England, I believe. And we're following a bunch of people. I'll just read you the synopsis. That'll make it clearer what's going on here. Just as self-driving cars are becoming the trusted, safer norm, 8 people find themselves in this terrifying situation, including a faded TV star, a pregnant young woman, an abused wife fleeing her husband, an immigrant, a husband and wife, and a suicidal man. From cameras hidden in their cars, their panic is broadcast to millions of people around the world. But the public will show their true colors when they're asked, which of these people should we save? And who should we kill first? Doesn't that sound great? I just think this sounds fascinating. And thank you so much, Suey, for bringing this into my attention, because I never would have picked it up otherwise. So yeah, I cannot wait to read this. It sounds bizarre and scary and like a thriller. So yeah, can't wait to read it. Anyhow, just to reiterate, The Passengers by John Mars, recommended by Suey at Suey's Book Banter. Brat by Gabriel Smith, recommended by Isabel at Isabel Reads. And I'll also be reading Ghost Wall, recommended by Frankie at Frankie's Shelf. So thank you so much, fellow booktubers, for these recommendations. I cannot wait to read them. They sound so good. And yeah, I just wanted to say thanks, and I appreciate you all so much. Have a great day, and thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.